Thank you. Does everyone know what this is?
Sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in many products. It's in all the candy bars. It's in cans of Coke that are not Diet Coke. And it is very tasty, but in excess, it can be very dangerous. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most honored guest. My name is Robert Rizzo. I am the spokesperson for AWACS, the American Weight Awareness Control Society. And I'm here tonight to talk about the dangers of sugar. Because one thing that is happening currently is we have a growing problem of obesity. And one of the major causes of obesity is the use of sugar in all different food items, especially in canned sodas. Many people do not realize how much sugar they are taking in when they drink, for instance, a can of Coke, let alone a 32-ounce Slurpee. So this is continuing an epidemic, and it hurts your health at the same time. Now, Mayor Bloomberg in New York has already put a ban on any sodas over 16 ounces to be sold within the city. He realizes what a danger this is. So I'm here tonight on behalf of AWACS to make a proposal that I think all governments in cities should do. And my proposal is a ban on all sales of soda, not over 16 ounces, because sometimes that's too much. Why don't we go 12-ounce can? That's the most common on the shelf. Now, can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably in a 12-ounce can of soda, all this sugar. There's a way to get around that. You can go the Diet Coke program, and you can get away from the sugar. But it's hard to tell people what to eat and what to drink. So my proposal today is to just not give them the choice. If all you have is a 12-ounce can of soda to choose from, you're not going to opt for the big 2-liter bottle and go home and drink the whole thing. So that is my proposition tonight. And I hope that every government, from city to federal government, considers this idea. Because the amount of money that we can save in the health system by reducing the sugar intake of individuals would be tremendous. And it would help the overall health of everyone in this country. I am now opening this up to questions.
Don't you think that it's going to destroy the planet? The extra containers we have to make up 5 to 12 ounce cans, that's going to be twice the landfill.
Well, that's a very good question. That all depends if people observe this situation or not. Now, if it's aluminum cans, those can be recycled. And therefore, we are not adding anything extra to the landfill. If it is plastic bottles, those can also be recycled. So I think that's a problem that can be handled through different means where it's not going to add to the pollution.
I think there is a possibility that people buy like 5 or 6 of these 12 ounces of Coke because they want to drink more. Do you think it should be a punishment for people who buy more? Like the more
No,
you
I
buy,
don't
the price probably should go up, or just to have this issue?
Well, I don't think it should be a punishment, no.
No?
But I think we should increase the budget of the National Health and Human Services to provide a campaign to encourage people not to drink so much. And I think with a $100 million campaign, I think that we could start to get the message out to everyone that maybe it's not in their best interest. And maybe they need to find other drinks that don't have the sugar content.
Mr. Rizzo, are you not speaking of the equivalent of a prohibition on alcohol? And we all know what happened there. So why should this proposal be any different from what our country experienced during Prohibition?
Well, it's not an outright, I see your point, but it's not an outright prohibition. We're not saying that there aren't any sugary drinks. We're just saying that they're smaller containers. So I think there might be some black market activity on the 32 ounce size. But that's something I don't know if we can reasonably stop. But at least get to the point where we can teach all the children and young adults that they need to consider this in their future eating habits.
Mr. Rizzo, aren't you punishing the economically disadvantaged? If somebody has a big family and money is tight and they want to give their family a treat, they're going to want to go for that more cost-effective method of sugar delivery of a 2-liter bottle. What do you say to those people who are taking away the luxury of a...
I think we should provide either a tax subsidy or tax credit. And that way, they get that on their tax return and they have money to go out and buy multiple 12-ounce cans.
If Mr. Rizzo, if with your proposal there's a budget for a $100 million campaign to promote drinking less soda, would it not be more effective to promote perhaps a tasty alternative that's already healthy?
Oh, definitely, that would be part of the campaign. You know, for instance, encourage people to drink green tea.
Yeah.
Of course.
How do you feel about the possibility of imposing a tax on each can, which would then be used, the money for which would then be used for educational programs to teach people about the harmful effects of sugar, or in some other ways perhaps to go toward providing more beneficial drinks for the children at lower cost in school using that tax money?
That is an interesting proposal, but the one disadvantage that I see right now, it will hurt the economically disadvantaged because if they have to pay more tax on their goods, on their drinks, then I don't know, is the time up on the question?
No.
Yes.
The rich should pay more for their drinks. You do have a tiered system where the rich pay more for the 12 ounces based on income. Is that feasible?
I'm sure the Congress will get that.
Well,
right.
you know what? If you're a shop owner and you see a guy coming in with a suit on, you might presume that the person, thank you, Roberto, you might presume that the person with the suit on probably is making more money, so therefore it would be up to the shop owner to charge, I'll say another 50 cents per can if you wanted to, and that way you can start providing that subsidy for other people who can't afford it. I understand that we are out of time. Please consider this proposition, and thank you. I now turn it back over to
That was quite interesting.